I was going to do a candy-ass video about Sean Diddy Combs and the videotape that he made on Instagram after the security tape was revealed of him assaulting his girlfriend. But I'll have to wait for another time because something happened earlier this morning that we really need to talk about. The International Criminal Court is seeking arrest warrants for Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on charges of war crimes and crimes against humanity over the October 7th attacks on Israel and the subsequent war in Gaza. This is coming directly from the chief prosecutor of the court, Kamir Khan, who told this to CNN's Christine Aberport in an exclusive interview on Monday. Now, the charges against Hamas are apparent. The terrorist attack that killed innocent children, the kidnappings, they're going to hang, plain and simple. However, the charges against Benjamin Netanyahu are 100% true and appropriate. Let's get down to the specifics, shall we? Netanyahu, alongside his defense minister, Yoav Gallant, are being charged with causing extermination, causing starvation as a method of war, including the denial of humanitarian relief supplies and deliberately targeting civilians in conflict. Now, before I go on, I already know that some idiot Donald Trump supporter or right-wing nut job in the MAGA or the alpha males or what they call themselves the wolf pack on Twitter are going to say that I'm anti-Semitic, that I'm anti-Israeli, and all that other bullshit. Nothing can be further from the truth. I support our alliance with Israel. However, I do not support the way they're waging this war. This retaliation for the October 7th attack has gone beyond retribution. This retaliation for that dastardly, bloody attack that has murdered civilians has gone beyond payback. Israel's military, under direct orders of their defense minister and Prime Minister Netanyahu, are killing innocent civilians en masse, is a very serious problem. Now again, civilian casualties can possibly happen in any warfare time action. But the intentional targeting of civilians becomes a problem, and that is what the Israeli military is doing. I mean, the things I'm hearing over there, actually starving kids to death, starving people to death as a tool of war, that's inhumane. May I remind you that Israel destroyed a van of 3 people on their way to the Gaza Strip to help people get fed. One of them was an American citizen. This has been coming for a long time. This situation that Benjamin Netanyahu has created. Now, I'm not blaming him for the terrorist attack on October 7th, but I am blaming him for his actions afterward. This unthinking blitzkrieg that Netanyahu has unleashed in Gaza is killing more civilians and children than they are the enemy they're trying to fight against. There's no basic planning for protecting of civilians. You're starving people to death. What did you think was going to happen, Netanyahu? And to the Republican Party, who obviously doesn't care about innocent civilians being killed on the battlefield or starving to death, who actually sent a letter to the International Criminal Courts and their chief prosecutor, isn't that right? Senators of the MAGA, Tom Pick My Cotton, Empty Head Marsha Blackburn, Ted Budd, Ted Fred Cruz, Paul Ricketts Crickets, Rick Scott, Florida Boy, Moscow Mitch McConnell, Kate Boyd Britt, Kevin and Raymer Kramer, Bill Haggerty, Little Marco Rubio, and wannabe white man Tim Scott. You people are actually threatening the ICC for conducting its business of criminal law after reports of people being starved to death and shot to death by Israeli military with no provocation, with no evidence that they're even making any kind of headway against Hamas. You have the gall to threaten them? Let's look at the last paragraph of this letter of theirs that was actually mailed on April 24th last month, when news of the ICC thinking about pressing charges against Netanyahu. The United States will not tolerate politicized attacks by the ICC on our allies. Target Israel and we will target you. If you move forward with these measures indicated in this report, we will move to end all American support for the ICC, sanction your employees and associates, and bar you and your families from the United States. You have been warned. Unquote. So, for the party of law and order, as you proclaim to be, obviously because you're defending a criminal like Donald Trump, and now you're defending a war criminal like Benjamin Netanyahu and his defense minister, you see this as appropriate to threaten a law enforcement agency, a law enforcement governing body? Because what? You're worried that you won't get your money from Israel? Is that what this is about? Benjamin Netanyahu is getting exactly what he deserves. Because here are the facts of the situation. Benjamin Netanyahu is starving innocent people in Gaza. This has gone way, 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 way beyond retribution for what happened on October 7th. This has gone way beyond that. Innocent civilians are being murdered by the Israeli military. People are starving to death over there. That is a war crime. Now, maybe you're going on this whole idea of kill them all and let God sort them out. That never works. And the situation only becomes bloody. Kill them all and let God sort them out. If that's your mentality, you should not be American senators. And you shouldn't be anywhere near this situation. Benjamin Netanyahu and his defense minister are paying the price, or should pay the price for it. Now, again, they're seeking arrest warrants. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. However, it should happen. Again, this isn't me being anti-Semitic or anything else like that before someone decides to go off on a fucking lie against me. This is about justice. This is about innocent people dying, and the person responsible for it actually facing accountability for that. I'm not calling for Israel to be destroyed at all. I'm calling for their leaders to be held accountable. There's a word for that that's called responsibility. And it's a lesson that Benjamin Netanyahu is going to learn. The Hamas criminals that have been charged, no doubt the arrest warrant's going to be given. They're finished. They're going to prison for a long time unless they get killed in the field, or they kill themselves to avoid prison. But as for Benjamin Netanyahu, he is facing the consequences of his choices. People are dying in Gaza for no reason at all, other than the fact they may be on the line of fire of Israelis' bullets and bombs. Not everyone over there is a Hamas terrorist. To think that way is an extremely gross exaggeration and generalization. It's no different than what is happening in this country. Hell, I already got Trump supporters, all of the Trump supporters I've been talking to, telling me I'm a thug, I'm a drug dealer. You know what? That's a discussion for another time. But for now, Benjamin Netanyahu is going to face the prospect of being dragged in front of the International Criminal Court and being labeled a war criminal. Not because we're doing it because we want to destroy Israel or anything else like that. Not because we're mocking Israel, if you want to get biblical. Because a man made choices, innocent people died, and the leaders of the people who killed them are being called to account. Period. Point blank. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.